Well, the way it worked out for Karolee and I is we were both at Culver for sports camps. And I was clumping through the gym and I noticed this group of girls. And in that group of girls was this one girl. My head started swiveling as I was walking so I could keep an eye on her. Her hair, her face, she was just beautiful. And so every day after soccer practice, I would go clumping through the gym. And about day 3, she figures out it's me looking at her, because she didn't really know who I was looking at first. And then I started to look for her on campus. And finally one day we were down by what's called the Shack, and there she was. So I went up to her and started talking to her. And that point on, we started to date each other.
40 years ago, the first time I laid eyes on Michael, I could hear the clip-clop of his soccer cleats coming through the gym. And I looked over and I saw this little boy looking at a group of volleyball girls, and I kept thinking, oh, what is he looking at? And every day at the same time, I'd hear the clip-clop of his soccer cleats coming through, and his head would be like on a bobble going through. And I'm like, who is he looking at? And then one day we met outside the Shack, and we just kind of smiled at each other, and it was 9 months later that we just continued our relationship.
She's cute, beautiful, and as I came to know her, the best part about Karolee is her heart. She has an incredible heart. You see it in everything she does, and why this particular wedding is focused very much on family. And she's strong, okay? Physically, she's a very strong woman.
Describing Michael, very, very kind, loving, does everything for me. Goes out of his way to make sure that I am completely happy, in love, does everything for me, does everything for our family, just genuine, from the heart.
Michael, will you have this woman, Karolee, to be your wife, to live together following God's law in the holy estate of marriage? Will you love her, comfort her, honor and keep her through all the circumstances of life, and forsaking all others, keep only to her as long as you both shall live?
I will.
And Karolee, will you have this man, Michael, to be your husband, to live together following God's law in the holy estate of marriage? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him through all the circumstances of life, and forsaking all others, keep only to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
You know, today has been a long time coming. Funny story, Karen and I, when we were kids, 15 and 17, and we asked Preacher Martin to marry us. I had a little pop top from my Mountain Dew can, and that was what we were going to use as a ring. And of course, you can only imagine the look on his face as he goes, I can't do that. And it's so wonderful, you know, so he's trying to not tromp us into the ground, but he deflects and deflects to make sure, no, I can't marry you, but you know, this is so beautiful, yada, yada, yada. Well, Karolee actually kept that pop top, and at the proposal, I pulled that pop top out and I showed it to everyone that she'd kept this, for 34 years and etc. But I had bought her a better one now. So this is the culmination of 40 years of a 40-year journey to return to each other. Our senior year we broke up. She went to final ball with me, and then I went to university. 10 years later, she wrote me a letter. Things were going tough in her life, and I called her through her mother to help her. So I helped her through some bad times then. And then, now Rolex's another 20 years, and she comes back into my life. So 3 times. And I said, okay, that's a sign. 3 times that our journey must finish with us together. So today represents that complete journey of love and faith which brought us back together. Karolee, I give you this ring as a sign of our covenant. With all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
Today is bringing back 40 years of when we met. We even went to the chaplain and asked him to marry us in the Culver chapel. And he told us, oh, well, I think that's a good idea, but I think you guys should just wait a couple of years. Well, we waited 40 years to make it happen. Michael, I give you this ring as a sign of our covenant. With all that I am and all that I have, I honor you.
I want this day to be that day she's always dreamed of. She feels the beautiful, loved bride that she is.
Today is all about him and I. Today is all about all the past years, but the beginning of a future. It's all about family.
My precious Karolee, I will stand by your side. I will be your sanctuary. I will listen. I will be honest. I will let you be you. The children are our children. I will love you to the depths of my soul for all eternity.
My precious Michael, I will stand by your side. I will be your sanctuary. You will listen.
I will be honest.
I will be honest.
I will let you be you.
I will let you be you. Oh, the children are our children. I will love you to the depths of my soul for all eternity.
On behalf of everybody here, I think most of us have told you how happy we are that you're finally together to finish what you started 40 some odd years ago today. And join me in a toast to the newlyweds, Michael and Karolee.
I want to thank everybody for sharing our happiness, our journeys, our present, and our future to be. Thank you everybody for helping us enjoy our adventure, and I want you to stay with us and be part of our family.
Karolee Suvere and Michael Walter, I declare them to be husband and wife. We must not separate what God has joined together. Amen. And they kiss each other. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Michael and Karolee, Mr. and Mrs. Ruggie Walter, who are now joined in marriage.